There's an essential piece of the business innovation puzzle we haven't really talked about, and that's physical proximity with our colleagues, employees, customers. And we've all learned the hard way how to social distance. And we miss being close and meeting each other in person and what that brings in terms of innovation. But whether at the ticket control in the train or at the assembly line, it can be difficult to maintain distance when space is tight. And we know when even one COVID case arises in the workplace, all colleagues can be threatened with quarantine or, worst case scenario, a shutdown. Production or logistics or supply chains can be threatened by the uncontrolled spread of a virus after a positive case. We've experienced this firsthand this past year, that the sport, event, and travel industries need to identify and break infection chains quickly, or they can suffer devastating losses. Well, this is where Enterprise Protection System comes into play. And we can also call it Event Protection System, the protection that we need to participate in a location together. Oliver Queck is a digital enabler with T-Systems, and he's going to demonstrate how to safeguard each other, safeguard employees and customers, and business operations. He'll demonstrate this together with Dominik Kollmeier, Kinexon Product Manager. Oliver, over to you.
Hello everybody, my name is Oliver Queck from T-Systems. I'm happy to be here with you today and with Dominik Kollmeier from our partner Kinexon.
Yeah, welcome also from my side. My name is Dominik Kollmeier from Kinexon. I work as a product manager there, and yeah, I'm happy to be here with Oliver and show you our joint solution in the next 20 minutes.
In the next 20 minutes, we want to show you how cutting-edge technologies can save lives, how customer-centric development can break boundaries, and how our learnings from the last months can resonate with your business. Let's have a look. COVID changed our lives. Everybody was hit in personal, family, and professional life. And for sure, with the Delta variant, it will keep us busy within this year. And as we see, many digital innovations have been developed and presented to support a return into the old normal. We as T-Systems have been in the middle of the storm, getting asked by the German government in April 2020 to launch the German Corona Warn app until mid of June in a fully remote setup. The Corona Warn app is a great example of co-creation and collaboration across organizations in not more than 50 days. Introduced in June 2020, the Corona Warn app today has more than 28 million installations and does not only support the privacy-compliant contact tracing with smartphones. The Corona Warn app also digitized core processes of the German health system and enabled to exchange data on a European level. Furthermore, many enhancements like the integration of quick test results and latest the vaccination certificates have been made. But there are also situations where the Corona Warn app cannot support the contact tracing. For example, if people are not allowed to wear smartphones in production environments. Based on that knowledge, and in co-creation with various clients and our partner Kinexon, we developed the Enterprise Protection System. The Enterprise Protection System combines ultra-wideband variables, the safe tags, with edge computing and cloud computing, as well as smartphones to trace contacts data privacy compliant, where the use of smartphones is not possible. Furthermore, we provide anonymized data like the number of risk encounters and personalized infection chains if the user agrees. This makes production environments and events a safe place to be and enables companies and event managers to act fast in case of infection. Let's have a look on the safe tag of Kinexon. Dominik, super that you are here.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver, for the nice introduction. Oliver, you made a really important point on the last slide. We listened to our customers, and actually it was a joint customer who brought us together, T-Systems and Kinexon. And when we started our first conversations, we quickly realized Kinexon has the perfect technology and the right product to enhance the solution we did plan together, the EPS solution. Kinexon is one of the leading providers of applications based on ultra-wideband sensor technology in various industries such as the sports market or also the manufacturing and logistics sector. So why do I mention ultra-wideband as a key technology here for the solution? Ultra-wideband is a proven technology, especially in high-demanding environments, such as the smart factories of the future or sports arenas, where other radio technologies quickly reach their limit. It's very robust, has no interference with other radio technologies, such as Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and most important, it's perfect for accurate measurement with the highest precision below 10 centimeter, which we will show you now is really important for contact tracing. Before COVID-19, Kinexon was already equipping athletes around the world with our wearable technology, for example, in the NBA, the American Basketball League, or even the German Bundesliga. What we did there, we did measure and improve the performance of those professional athletes, but yeah, when Corona came or when COVID-19 came up last year, we quickly noticed we basically have the best conditions and all the knowledge in our company to pivot this solution and using ultra-wideband technology to support with the two most important measures against the spread of the virus, which is, I think we all know that, keeping distance and trace contact chains fast and efficient in case of an infection. So that's basically how we created the Kinexon SafeTag. So the Kinexon SafeTag is basically an essential part of the solution to measure the distance, to warn when the distance is exceeded, and to save the data for efficient contact tracing. But the Kinexon SafeTag is just one component of the EPS solution, and Olli will show you now how the overall solution looks like.
So the overall solution is, if we look at a setup which could be at an event or in the production environment, you see a charging board with 30 safe tags of Kinexon. You have an edge cloud device which is connected via LTE, and of course you need your smartphone. And how does a check-in process look like? So at the beginning of a shift or an event, you simply take one of these safe tags out of the charging board, you pair it with your smartphone, you put it in a nice lanyard like this one, and then you are off to go. During the shift or the event, the distance is measured, and as you can see, it starts blinking and beeping when we get too close. So after the event, you simply take the safe tag out of the lanyard, put it back into the charging board, and the data is automatically transferred from the from the safe tag via the edge device directly to the smartphone without any central saving of the data. So now the data is stored securely on the smartphone and of course deleted after 14 days if everything was safe. But what happens after I or a coworker or someone who participated in the same event got tested positive? Dominik, let's have a look.
Yeah, what happens when we have basically the worst case and we have a positive infection? Then the user of the SafeTag can quickly enter this positive test result into the EPS app. He usually gets a code from a company doctor, for example, and then with just a few clicks, within just a few seconds, he can provide this positive test result and provide this information to all the persons and all the colleagues he might have been too close with.
Okay, so to repeat it, so you get a TAN code as with the Corona One app from your HR department or the event manager. You enter it in your smartphone, and then everybody gets warned. So the data is transferred. So I got tested positive from my smartphone to the Open Telecom cloud, and from there distributed to everybody who has EPS installed and uses EPS. At this point of time, the HR department can already see how many critical contacts did I have when I was tested positive. And of course, they can see optional that it was me who was positively tested. Everybody else can also provide his contact data. So the companies, the health authorities can get like a real infection chain, as you can see under point number 6, so the real infection chain with contact data. And other than other solutions which are on the market, you can effectively trace contacts since only really critical contacts are considered. And not like if you were in an event with 200 people, it's 10 with whom you have been close. And of course, it's not just working in a lab environment. We have tested EPS already with more than 1,000 people during games of the German Ice Hockey League and the German Basketball League with FC Bayern Munich, for example. And actually today, EPS is live in theaters in Krefeld and in Mönchengladbach to safeguard these events. And of course, as you can see, we use it for our internal events as well. Short recap at this point. We manage the digitalization from IoT devices with the Kinexon SafeTags, edge computing, cloud computing, app development, data analytics, and we integrate it in an agile way, fully virtual across countries and across companies. Plus, we manage to offer it as a hardware as a service model based on monthly fees for the SafeTag that covers everything. So you don't have to care about LTE connectivity, about appreciations of the hardware. It's a monthly fee, so it's easy to use and predictable to consume.
Yeah. Thank you, Oliver. Actually, you mentioned, or we mentioned in the last minute, some really cool technologies. So we were talking about the SafeTags, which is based on ultra-wideband technology, but we were also talking about edge and cloud technology, data analytics we need for contact tracing. But yeah, hopefully someday we won't, or we won't have to think about COVID-19 anymore. Oliver, are there any other areas besides the prevention of COVID-19 for those really cool technologies we were talking about?
Of course, Dominik. The combination can provide significant benefits, in example, for production and logistic environments. But there it's not about tracing contacts or getting the distance between each other. It's more about tracing the raw material or the production good in logistics environments and real-time analytics about production goods on my campus.
Yeah, that sounds great. And as you mentioned it, look, especially the real-time location data here is really the key enabler to optimize and especially automate processes in a manufacturing or logistic environment, or even in the entire supply chain. Just to name some benefits we could create in this area for our customers already. As I said, automation is always a huge benefit for the customers. So, for example, we managed to reduce unproductive processes, unproductive manual processes like scanning up to 53%. Thanks to the location data, we did save the customer 27% of unnecessary resources, for example, load carriers, just by analyzing the location data and the use of those resources, or also a very, very interesting number, 5% faster assembly lines due to automated tool control based on location data and automated documentation. So that's just a few benefits we can reach with location data here.
And we as T-Systems, we integrate everything and deliver it out of one hand. So we bring our ecosystem of partners like Kinexon together. We consult our customers to find the best solution for their problem. We build the solution, we install it, and we manage it. And the customer just has one single point of contact, which is T-Systems. So if you want to talk about digitalization and safeguarding your production or your event, if you want to talk about efficiencies in logistics or in production, we as T-Systems are the enabler for your digitalization. So I'm happy to support you with any pilot, proof of concept and starter packages, and thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Oliver, for having me, and thank you, everyone, for listening. I'm also looking forward to many joint projects with T-Systems, hopefully in the future. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Oliver and Dominik. Certainly, COVID has changed our lives. And it's also given us an opportunity to accelerate innovation in ways that none of us imagined. I'm really happy that technology is playing a role in that in terms of enabling us to interact with each other in meaningful ways despite the pandemic. So thank you again, Oliver and Dominik, for these great examples of Corona Warn App and enterprise or event protection systems. So we've talked about a number of factors as we've gone through this session. The digitization journey takes many paths, as we talked about with the Rubik's Cube. It can impact our businesses in a number of different ways, and all the while seemingly balancing incongruent factors. We need to balance strategy with execution all the time. We have to use technology to accelerate the innovation while at the same time balancing sustainability. We have to use the data to bring intelligence to the edge and drive a better customer experience. We must do this by harnessing the cloud to improve both the employee and customer experiences, and of course citizen experiences where that's relevant as well. And all of it through a secure IT infrastructure. The only way we can do this, is to create a systems approach, to address these factors holistically across the entire supply or value chain. So this is in fact the very mission of what Deutsche Telekom and T-Systems are doing. We're driving digitization. We're helping organizations go to the cloud with more speed, value, and innovation at less cost, but with full accountability to get these factors right and to partner across the ecosystem, delivering right from the start. So if you'd like to partner with us, if you'd like to talk with an expert, please return to the main platform and click on our Business Innovation Cluster Room. Our experts are there waiting for your questions and can go through in more detail on anything we've talked about today. So thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the event, and we hope to meet again soon. Thank you.